Cardano family, it's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that new notification bell so you never miss a Vechain or a Cardano video, guys. We got these videos every single day. You don't want to miss them. I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get right into the show, guys. We have another clip from the Charles Hoskinson meeting with the United States Congress here. Great little banter between Miss Frischbach and Charles here. So Charles is doing his part in order to promote crypto regulations that are being ratified and are being discussed. We need reasonable regulations that do not stifle innovation and that allow crypto to grow and that allow crypto to stay crypto. We don't want crypto to be like the stock market, guys. I mean, there's no point in that. The volatility of crypto is is a feature, not a flaw. Sorry that I'm sniffling and clearing my throat here. It's every time I hit record, my sinuses want to go crazy. But we need reasonable regulations, all right? And I don't want the volatility in crypto to stop, okay? There's a reason why last year there were more millionaires made from crypto than any other time before. There's a reason why somebody who bought $8,000 worth of Shiba Inu tokens in 2020, in 2021, they made $4 billion, okay? The feature of crypto is its volatility, and I don't want to see that go away. All right, so that's just my humble opinion. Let's see what Charles has to say here. We got a couple of videos here, and let's see.
Mr. Hoskinson, did I say that? I'm trying here. Thank you very much. And I know we just have a few seconds left, but there's a lot of discussion about whether we should regulate certain cryptocurrency as commodities or securities. You know, what do you think might the benefits, and maybe you could talk just a little bit about that. You know, what are the drawbacks, things like that?
Well, with 37 seconds.
No, I'm sorry, yeah.
The gentleman can take as much time as he requires.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Well,
Chair.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, don't push it, but
it's a fine line here.
You got to be careful. I'm Italian. So, you know, when you look at cryptocurrencies in general, I've always viewed them like financial stem cells. They're kind of more fundamental than a particular category like a currency or a commodity. And really, it depends on the markets they're traded on and the use and utility that they have. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what public policy considerations are you attempting to satisfy? Is it sanctions compliance? Is it consumer protection? Is it market stability? What we do as an industry is we're all about transparency. So it's kind of funny we're talking and debating about disclosure regimes. There's no other financial asset in the world that really is as transparent as a cryptocurrency. Every transaction from the very beginning for Bitcoin, for example, from January 3rd, 2009 is known. Every single one. The holdings of the founder are known because all of these things are publicly available to everybody. So it's more about, in my view, understandability and the tooling required to make this work on a global basis. So I don't think it would be wise to say, well, is it a security or a commodity, or fall into this temptation of who's the more permissive regulator or what is the regulatory arbitrage, but rather just take a step back and say, what things do we want to guard against? And we now have 13 years of history as an industry of, I think, 6 or 7 collapses, a whole bunch of interesting new things like NFTs that have always pushed the limit, and a global marketplace with more than 100 million people floating around that we can draw from, and we can look on a case-by-case basis and build a framework that makes sense.
Well said, well said. And then we have this video here. How would you determine which of the 20,000 cryptos to be regulated? And let's see what Charles has to say here.
I'm interested in any comments that any of you may have on, of the 20,000 cryptos, how you determine who should be regulated?
Well, one of the powers of our industry is the fact that regulation can become algorithmic. So you don't have to think, well, which person's going to sit down and look at this big pile? Think of the IRS and tax returns. We could quadruple the size of the IRS, we still couldn't audit every single American. It's just not possible. And so what you have to do is say, what tools do we have at our capability? And what's magical about cryptocurrencies is that in the transactions themselves, they can carry metadata, they can carry identity. Rule makers and policymakers can take a step back and say, well, these are the things that we care about, and we can make sure inside the systems that those things don't settle and clear until those things are present. So it's really more of a conversation of what do you care about, and then what we can do as technologists is create a self-certification system. And then what can happen is when there are anomalies or special cases, which often would be rare, then the CFTC or another regulatory body could look through and say, well, let's investigate that. That's generally how we do law enforcement in the nation. We don't break into everybody's house. We wait until we get a warrant, and you have to have some cause for it. So there needs to be some social infrastructure for that.
So self-certification is different than an agency regulating.
Well, they're interconnected. So you have SROs, you have market standards, you have principles, and in many cases, financial regulation is mostly done by SROs or private organizations. If you look at, for example, compliance, it's not the SEC or the CFTC going out there doing KYC and AML. It's banks that are doing these types of things. So it's a public-private partnership, and what needs to be done is to establish those boundaries, and then what we can do as innovators is write software to help make that happen. And literally that's what Chainalysis is doing right now and their competitors.
Excellent job, guys. I mean,
Mr.
my
Hott.
man's is locked in, and you know, with leaders like this on our side, guys, I don't see how we could fail. I honestly don't. Let's just keep building. You know, I know it's gonna be hard. Like I said in my last video, guys, tougher times are coming. The Fed said that they're gonna raise interest rates by 0.75% basis points this month, and they're going to start quantitative tightening, which means that they're actively trying to push asset prices down. Okay, so the Fed is actively trying to lower your net worth right now, guys. Keep that in mind while you make your financial decisions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invest in the future. I'm going to opt out of the system that left me behind and left so many other people behind, and opt into a system where I just have a chance. That's all I want, guys. I want a chance. And in the current economic system right now, the majority of regular people, they don't have a chance due to inflation, due to monetary policy, due to globalization. But with crypto, you do. And that's one of the main things and one of the main reasons why I'm so zealous about crypto. One of the main reasons why I don't care that my portfolio is down 90%. I mean, yeah, it does suck, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna continue to invest in it, because all I want is a chance. That's all I need. Thank you to Charles for sticking up for us. Let's move on. Shout out to OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Guys, you know the drill. Shout out to OneCom. Delegate to OneCom now. All right. Right now is the most important time for you guys to start delegating to your favorite small stake pool operators. All right. There's going to be a lot of operators turning their machines off. But if you delegate to your small stake pool operators, guys, you can stop the centralization of the Cardano ecosystem. I would hate for all the pools to be owned by Binance. I would hate for all the pools to be owned by one person that could just shut it off and create a dangerous situation for Cardano. So please delegate to a small stake pool operator, preferably OneCom. 0% fees till at least the end of December 2022 for all existing and new delegators. Follow OneCom on Twitter for Cardano crypto news and updates. That's all I got for you today, guys. I did say I was going to read the abstract of the paper, but we'll probably do that tomorrow. I love you. Oh, tomorrow, guys, we might have a live stream as well, because UFC 274, I think it's 274 or something like that. Some UFC is going on tomorrow, and I would really love to watch it with you guys. So I love you guys. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with the Vechain and Cardano updates and a live stream. Have a good day. Bye. Just want to give a shout out to my wonderful Patreon subscribers here. Maryland for Crypto, Anthony Andrews, Farouz Den, Kyle Bocci, CryptosVT.si, Angeltopia, DSC Vale, Leon Jackson II, Kraken, and Allflare LLC. Thank you so much for your wonderful Patreon support. Guys, go ahead and click the links down below to support the channel. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Take care. Keep hodling Vechain and Cardano, and I'll talk to you soon.